This is Grant Abbott from Gabbett Media, and I'm going to talk about texturing as quickly as possible. So UV unwrapping is what we're looking at today. I've got a table here, pretty basic. It's just cubes. They're all separate at the moment. In fact, I'm going to select them all quickly and Control J to join them together. Okay, so they're one object at the moment. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to unwrap this and then add a texture to it so it unwraps in the right way. Okay, so go into edit mode. I mean, obviously we can unwrap with U and then Smart UV project, but that doesn't always give the best results for this sort of thing, so we're going to use just unwrap. But first we have to what's called mark seams. So if I go in and mark some seams, go to edge mode, so edge mode down here as well, and I would suggest selecting faces you're not going to see very easily, so the inside ones here are going to be good, and press Ctrl E, mark seams. You can do this stage by stage. I think the bottom ones as well are going to be useful to unwrap, so I will select each of these, and once again Ctrl E, mark seams. Okay, so I need to go around and select seams and keep marking them. So Ctrl E and then mark seams. Go into edge mode again, select all the edges by pressing A, the A key here, and then press unwrap, U to unwrap, and then unwrap. Right, so what I'm going to need to see is my UV editor. So there they all are unwrapped, and it's interesting, there's something not working here because it should all be sort of square faces. So something's gone wrong somewhere in my unwrap. The best way to do that is to click on here. If you press this button here, let's go to face mode. Press this button here. When I select some faces, let's go to face mode, try that again. When I select the faces, I can actually see where they are. So I have not unwrapped the bottom one here, as you can see. There we go, there's no unwrap there, I should have done that. So edges, get those edges, Control E, mark seam. Okay, now hopefully if I select all again, and I can unwrap again, and you can see they're all square now. Down here I'm going to get my node editor, and I want to make sure I'm in cycles as well, up here, cycles render, and let's just start afresh, press new, and you've got a new texture in there. If it comes up with this use nodes, you need to make sure that's ticked. Okay, so I need to bring my texture that I want to put on here into here. So you can come down here, press add, texture, image texture. Okay, and then press open here, and I just randomly got some wood from the internet, a wood texture from the internet. You can use this little icon here to see what it actually looks like, and that's what it looks like. Okay, so I'm going to choose that, and now if I connect that up, we should see when I press Shift Z, that's what it looks like, which looks kind of alright, but you can see there's some stretching down here. Shift Z is rendered mode there. You can also go to textured mode and it won't be affected by the lighting, but there's some stretching because these didn't work properly. They're only giving me a small amount of space for those UVs. I'll show you what I mean. If I go in here, I can get my wood in the background. So there's the top, that looks great, it's in a nice position. There's the bottom, which is going the wrong way. Now the reason it unwrapped like this, which isn't great, is because I didn't set my scale. So let's go back to this. Let's go to object mode. Can you see my location there? And scale is not at 1, so it's got ununiform scale. In fact, unwrap like this, you can see object has non-uniform scale. That means these values here are not set at 1. So the way you get around that, Control A and apply the scale, and can you see it all turns to 1 there. Now if I go and unwrap, let's see what happens. It's different. Can you see these are long slats now? And then if we go into here, if I come out of edit mode, that looks a bit more sensible, doesn't it? Let's get rid of that menu and I'll zoom in a little bit, and you can see they're going down nicely. But every time you re-unwrap, that sort of thing might happen. They're going sideways again, so I'm going to have to grab that, which I can just press over here, G, grab, move it over here, and if this time I press R, 90, it's rotated 90 degrees. Press enter to make sure that's in there, and complete. Now what I should do now is line these things up, so I could grab this face and see what it is, and then grab it and make sure the slats are all lined up. So you can see that every time I grab one of these faces around here, it's grabbing the faces over there. As long as I have this button selected, it's synced to any time I select here, it selects over there. I can now grab these, move them around, and it will move them around the map that's up here, and I can start lining my faces up. So that is texture unwrapping. Make sure your nodes are hooked up like this. Once this is all in, this UV map here, you could take this into another program like Unity, and it would be add this material to it, and it would look just like this, supposedly. Okay, hope that helped.